Welcome back to my channel, and as the title says, I am doing a pastel pineapple design with some of the decals from Queen of Decals. So I've got my very willing model Lottie for today's video. You can check out a little bit more about Lottie in some of my videos coming soon, but this is from Nail Tech Supplies and the lovely Debbie. So she's got a basic set of acrylics on, and I'm now just going in with my first coat of Kiki London Cream Puff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Cream Puff. I'll double check the name and pop it in the description box. So I'm just applying even a nice thin coat to get me started. This is quite a nice white. It does apply quite nicely from that first coat, but you definitely would need a second coat. And it is from this video that I learned I need to do exactly what I do when I'm doing my own nails, or if I'm working on my sister's, or when I worked on a client, and that is start from the pinky and work out, because it would have been much easier. But you know me, I like to make things difficult for myself, so never mind. But now I have applied that first coat. I've just cured that for oh no, I am now curing it for 60 seconds, and now I'm going to go in with a second coat just to give it a nice solid colour. And I do really like this white. It's a good white, but we are going to be covering over most of the nails, so it's not gonna, I'm not going to cry if it's not perfect, because it's not really going to show. But it was pretty perfect, I'm going to be honest. So I'm just finishing off this second coat now, and I did clean off any excess before I cured with, well, I actually used my tweezers, but I would recommend a brush with a bit of gel cleanse. So I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds, and now I am going in with the Kiki London No Wipe top coat. Now I applied this to all the nails and then I cured it for 30 seconds. But when I came to apply the pigment, I found it wasn't sticking. So I reapplied to the two middle fingers and I flash cured for 10 seconds. So with some of these pigments, I recommend a flash cure of 10 seconds. But I didn't show that. So all cured, middle two fingers flash cured for 10 seconds, and I'm using this gorgeous holographic pigment, and I'm just using a silicone tool to apply. Now I think this pigment was from Born Pretty, but I'm not 100% certain, but you can get these everywhere these days, so just check them out. So you only need a little bit of this, it goes a really long way, and I'm just rubbing it in to that well, no wipe top coat layer, and just giving it a good old rub, making sure there's no sort of excess particles because that'll ruin the look, but you want to give it a good buff and make sure you get that really nice holographic shine. So just making sure I've not got any bits missing, putting the lid on so I don't knock it over, and then just going in with a fan brush to dust away the excess. Don't worry about any mess around the nails, we'll get that sorted at the end. But now I'm going in with the Kiki London top coat, and I'm using this as opposed to the no wipe because I need a tacky layer. So once that's all done, I'm going to cure that in my lamp for 30 seconds, and here are the decals I'm using, and I'm just going to cut around the ones I want as near to them as possible so there's no excess, like so. It was a Blue Peter moment. Got my little glass of water there, and I then, holding them with my tweezers, I just hold it in the water for about 30 seconds or so, drain off the excess on my kitchen roll paper towel, and then gently slide the decal off the backing. I then just blot it off again, and I am going to use a stamper here, so I've placed it upside down on the stamp, or back to front on the stamper should I say, and then placing it where I want it, push it down, and ta-da! Now what I've done is moved the water out of shot, so you've got a few seconds of just looking at the hand, but I'm doing exactly the same. Into the water 30 seconds, gently sliding it off and blotting on the kitchen towel. I actually prefer to blot when it's off the backing because I feel you get rid of more water that way, more excess that way. Onto the stamper and then stamp, and just press down if you need to because you don't want bits sticking up, but I sometimes find this is easier to do with your finger. So this one I'm applying with my tweezers, so I gently place it where I want it and then again just pressing down with my finger. Now obviously you've got a tacky layer, so you don't want to press loads and loads because you don't want to transfer any bits of dirt, dust, whatever. But they're small decals, so you do run the risk of touching it. Just touch it gently. So have done the final one, just placing that where I want it, and then I'm just gently going to press that one down. And once I'm happy with the placement of those, I am going to fiddle around. Oh no, I'm going straight in. So on the other nails, I'm going to do a little bit of Sharpie art. So I've got some of my pastel Sharpies to match the pineapples, and I'm literally just scribbling. I'm not very artistic, but I can manage a scribble. So I'm just scribbling over, filling in the nail with the different colours. So I'm just going to finish this up. And then I have put a little bit of acetone into a dappen dish, and I will be using this to sort of spread the Sharpie so that it's not a scribble, so that it's Sharpie art. You know what I mean. Disperse, there you go. It's early doing this voiceover. Just pressing down those pineapples as I go. So there's my little dappen dish of acrylic. I've got an old brush and I'm just using a small amount of acetone. You don't need loads because it will flood. You don't want to flood, you just want a gentle disperse. So doing the first one, then I'm going to do the second one, and then because I used pastel colours it needed a tad more depth, so I'm just going back over in a few randomy spots with those colours and just repeating the process. If you're going to do this, you want to make sure that there's sort of no excess acetone on the nail, so make sure it's dried off, because you'll ruin your Sharpies that way, and we don't want to do that. So just scribbling again, and then I've pretty much just gone over the whole lot to give the colour a bit more depth. And then I'm just doing exactly the same, and there's no right or wrong way to doing this. It's random and however you like. You can do as much or as little dispersing as you wish, and I think that I was happy with. So as this is me and I'm incredibly clumsy, I'm just going to move everything out of the way, give my pineapples one final press down. You don't want anything sticking up. And now I'm going in with my no wipe top coat. Now because I've used decals here, I will top coat these twice, but I have just shown doing one coat on the entire nails. But what I would do is top coat the decal nails, flash cure or cure for half the time depending on the length, then do the rest, do them all again and do a full cure. But I've just shown one coat here, and I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to go in with my London Cuticle Oil. This will help get rid of some of that excess pigment around the cuticle, but a good wash of the hands will do the best job possible, and I would recommend doing that before taking your photographs. But giving that cuticle oil a really good rub in, as you would on a client or yourself, and that would be the end of your service. And here is those finished nails and those gorgeous pastel pineapples. I love them. I love pineapple, but I'm allergic to it. So I get my pineapple kicks in designs like this. And I love the contrast between the pastel pineapples and that subtle pastel Sharpie art with the holographic pigment. Yeah, I liked this design. So thank you so much for watching this Watch Me Work video. I do hope you have enjoyed it. As always, I will list the products I have used and leave the links in the description box down below. Please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in another video very, very soon.